Welcome.
You are watching Line Screw 1. Well, hello tubers. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy YouTube universe. And when I say crazy YouTube universe, I mean it. Carolyn's RV life is at it again. And she somehow is thinking that she's something like Salman Rushdie. I don't know what's gotten into this lady's head. And I don't know why she's feeding the trolls. She's feeding her trolls. She has kind of lost it, and as I cut through and dissect what her latest video is, it's basically an essay about me. I'm going to point to a comment made by Rhodes, one of my viewers, how her latest video is pretty much a 41-minute word salad of hatred against free speech, me, and some of her other critics. Now, before we even get into this, as I've said many times, I don't even know how many videos I've said this, bullying and harassment, especially criminal harassment, is not acceptable towards anyone. And that includes Carolyn's RV life. It includes me, it includes my neighbors, your friends, your family. Anybody on YouTube should not be subject to criminal harassment. Okay? I understand that. My audience is reasonable. You understand that. But when it comes to free speech and saying things, well, just having an opinion and even using logic, like I always do, is really not an offensive thing. But people on the left, they think, oh, if you've hurt my feelings, you've suddenly committed an atrocity. Anyway, let's start dissecting this. I got a few things to do. I'm jumping in the car here, and I'm going to drive. And as I stop here and there, I will update my thoughts on this crazy matter. Because first of all, she thinks she's Salman Rushdie, and she's in great danger all the time. It's a bunch of hooey. She books all these meet and greets in advance, tells people where she's going to be. Oh, I'm going to be in the Carolinas. I'm going to be here in Arizona. She's actually got one coming up. For goodness sake, if you're in danger, you don't tell people where you're going to be. She's actually not in danger. She's just using hyperbole. She's actually jumping on the bandwagon of, what's that channel? Pure Life Living. I don't know. They just put up a video about how they were harassed. They're a bunch of off-grid people that built a house. And their video was even a lot of hyperbole, because the first minute or so is just, scary music and editing to make you think that, people are really harassing these people. And you know what? They have a way of defending themselves. They have cameras, just like I have cameras. I got cameras inside and outside my RV. We all do. All of us YouTube creators. And guess what, Carolyn? Because she's going to watch this video. She always watches my videos so she can complain or send other people to complain. As a matter of fact, in her 41-minute word salad, she tells her viewers to just report me, report people that talk about her, and, come on. But as soon as she told them to report me, the comments started showing up on a whole bunch of my videos from her followers. And, they're trying to badmouth me. And it's fine. Fine. You're not supposed to like me. I've learned in life, it doesn't matter where you are. About a third of the people will like you, a third won't, and a third will be really indifferent. Who cares? We're adults. Look, I'm in my late 50s. Carolyn, you're not that far behind me in age. You should learn to just take some criticism, which you're going to get now because you asked for it. I think she's just pissed at the last couple of videos where I did the Mary Tyler Moore intro parody and the Brady Bunch parody.
Who can turn the world on with her smile?
She didn't like that. Oh, come on. Even the content, when you watch those videos, they're silly. They're absolutely meaningless. Here's a story of an RV lady who was working on her very ugly moods. They're all just, at best, they're bad art. At worst, it's, something that you'd see a junior high, Kid do. Guilty as charged, Your Honor. But I just love poking a little bit of fun and pointing out some of the discrepancies and hypocrisy. Okay, I got to do some driving. I'm going to share my thoughts as we go through this video as I drive.
I think there's a misconception oftentimes among viewers.
So Carolyn posts a comment about her rancid underwear killing her dog. Now, who does that? It's in poor taste. Now, surely the comment is also in poor taste, clearly, and absurd. I mean, come on, a dog does not die from the smell of her rancid underwear. And even getting a comment like that, if I was to get one like that, I'd just brush it off like, well, this is ridiculous. Come on. It doesn't deserve any processing time in your brain, nor does it deserve being placed on YouTube like she did as an example of the harassment that she gets, because it's just stupid stuff stupid people say. Okay, I get it. I understand my audience, which is usually a lot smarter than me. You guys get it. So why would she do that? I don't understand. But I think part of the reason that she's doing some of these things, she's stoking the flames because her channel's dying. Her revenue stream is dying. She used to put out videos years ago that would just, they'd be home runs. A video would come out, she'd get 50 to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 views or more. Every single time. Now she's got videos that just get a few thousand views. A lot of them don't even crack 10,000. She's struggling. I pulled up her Patreon numbers. She used to have 229 Patreons, supporters. I think now it's 181. That's a substantial drop in Patreon money. And then you add on the Biden cost of living that she voted for. And apparently I am a jerk for being a conservative and mentioning that she's a liberal. Of course, if you called me a liberal, I take it as an insult because I'm not a liberal. But the fact that I say that she's a left-leaning, Democrat, socialist, liberal, yeah, that's the truth. That's what she talks about. That's who she is. Good for her for being a liberal. But don't blame me for being a jerk by pointing out that she's a liberal, and at the same time, I'm free to be a conservative. That's what free democratic societies are all about, don't you? Now, I just got back from the store, so I can add another thought that just came to me. Carolyn also changes the definition of things. She talks about the people who make videos about her, and there's probably been at least a dozen channels over the years that have discussed her channel, who she doesn't like you talking about her. Obviously, I'm probably target number one because most of these channels are very small, not even monetized for the most part. Of course, she accuses me of making some ton of money. Honey, I got a pension. I got a bunch of revenue streams. I don't have to play this game. It's a great hobby. I love YouTube as a hobby, and it's fun. Even my personal haters, I get a chuckle out of them. The fact that they take time out of their busy life to come visit me, watch my videos, and make a comment. It's fantastic, and I actually appreciate it. So maybe Carolyn can learn something from me, because she says she's learned a lot about YouTube and all these things don't bother her.
They don't see me anymore.
She says all these things that she's learned over the last 6 years has made her smarter, and it doesn't bother her anymore. But she's just pulling your leg.
I finally have gotten to a place after 6 years on the internet of doing this that they're insignificant. They don't matter.
She, in fact, is bothered by everything that's said on YouTube about her. And she can't stop talking about it. I mean, 41-minute word salad. So on one hand, she says these things don't bother her, and then she goes on to just babble on about it. So which way is it, Carolyn? If it doesn't bother you, why are you making videos? You can't have everybody love you. Really. Oh, getting to the original thought that I was heading to. She changes the definitions of things to suit her needs. She defines people like me as a troll. No, I'm not a troll. Trolls actually don't show their face, don't show their name. My name is Andrew. Everybody knows who I am. Sure, I use the Line Screw One moniker, but I'm Andrew. Here's my face. This is who I am. Been doing videos for many, many years. What do I got? 13, 14 million views on my channel. Yeah, people know who I am. I'm not a troll. I don't even meet the definition of a troll, but apparently in her mind, I'm a troll. Well, no, because guess what? I respect and adhere to the community guidelines, standards that YouTube sets forth, and they're reasonable standards. Hey, it's their platform. I got to play by their rules because it's their playground. I get it. Carolyn, you need to understand these things. If people just don't like you for whatever reason, yeah, who cares? Now, like I said earlier, criminal harassment is never appropriate. It's not appropriate towards her. It's not appropriate towards any creator. I get it. But as for just people barking like a little dog, well, all she's doing in this video, she's barking back. Okay, good for you, Carolyn. 41 minutes of bark, 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 bark. And you knew I was going to do a video on it because whenever you do this kind of stuff and try to attack my integrity, I have a right to defend myself in a calm, collected way. And people can go into my comments section and say whatever they want, for or against whatever opinions I may have. And she said that that is a bad thing. The fact that she's kicked off thousands and thousands of people off her channel and she suffered the consequences, she goes on for many minutes about the fact that people come to my channel and channels like mine and accumulate and talk about her. She is infuriated and says that this is an inappropriate platform that this happens. Well, she created the platform that by kicking people out. If she would have actually kept and cultivated the entire community of people who loved and hated her and kept them alive and nourished that thread of comments that she'd get all the time in all her videos, she'd still have those viewers. They wouldn't be on channels like mine complaining about her because they can't complain about her on Facebook or YouTube. So where do you think they're going to go, Carolyn? You did it to yourself. You should have thought of that when you started censoring and moderating your channel like you're North Korea or something. Really? Really? Come on. Did you learn anything these last 6 years? Carolyn also complains that she can't go to events like the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, the RTR, which is about to happen, because of security concerns. It's an absolute lie, and I'll tell you why it's a lie. Because she's booked an actual meet and greet in the same area where everybody knows where she's going to be, and everybody can actually meet her. Like, what's the difference? Being on the schedule at the RTR or being on her own schedule to do a meet and greet? You know, there's really no difference. Trust me, if I had security concerns like Salman Rushdie does, and continues to do, I'd be really careful where I'd go. I'd make sure nobody knew where I was in any given moment. Like I personally do in my life. I don't, even when I went to Europe, you didn't know where I was until after I'd left. That's just what most creators do. We get it. Carolyn, you really can't play both ends against the middle and say you've got these security concerns so you can't do event A, but no, I'll do event B and I'll control that and you can come and whatever. It doesn't make sense. If you're truly in danger, you're not going to be telling thousands of strangers where you're going to be and come on down. It just don't make sense. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section if I'm wrong in anything that I've missed in this regard. Now, I'm sympathetic to Carolyn that she probably does have a few complete lunatics that post complete nonsensical comments. And to be honest, I get that too. But sometimes these comments are just so far out in left field that they have no relevance because they're just crazy. She talks about conspiracy theories about her. Involving her dog and things like that. I know we've all poked a little bit of fun, maybe in bad taste, about many of the dogs that she's had dying, and she's had a long track record of many dogs dying. Call it bad luck, who knows? I don't know, but that's all I know for a fact is she's had many dogs die because she's reported on them. I don't believe I've ever poked fun at any of the dogs dying because, I'm a dog lover. I've only poked fun at the fact that there's been so many that have died. We don't know why. Maybe bad luck, karma, who the hell knows. But yeah, she's reaching. And the funny observation I noticed from the 41-minute video, which I watched completely, is that there's moments where she's almost laughing and other moments where she's almost crying. It's like she hasn't figured out to have complete control of her emotions when she does a video. And I don't understand that. Perhaps she could seek help, because she clearly in her video starts saying that people that talk about her, we're all mentally ill, crazy people. Well, am I crazy? Am I presenting myself as a lunatic? I'm presenting myself as somebody that's doing some errands, and whenever I stop somewhere, I grab the camera and, add a few of my thoughts to Carolyn's crazy video. That way I'm killing two birds with one stone, doing the errands and talking about Carolyn. Speaking of which, I think I'm pretty much done yapping about Carolyn. So you can do what Carolyn says you're not allowed to do, and that's you make comments on my channel. Because apparently, because you've been kicked off her social media, you are not allowed to make a comment on my channel. You're not allowed to congregate and allow the problems to fester by coming to my channel. You are not allowed to do that. So I want you to respect Carolyn and do not put comments on my channel regarding her. No, you can do whatever you want. You want to make a comment? You make a comment. So, what can you do with this girl? She is troubled. She's a troubled individual, and I wish her well. And for the record, she says people like me just want to kick her off social media. No, I never. I've said it how many times before? Some of my long-term viewers will know that I've probably mentioned it many times. I don't want her kicked off YouTube or any social media platform. In fact, she inspires me to poke a little bit of fun when the inspiration is given by her to me. So, yeah, I wish her the best. It's not my fault that she's got high Biden prices or inflation for cost of living. It's not my fault that the Patreons are leaving her Patreon account. It's not my fault that her revenue's down for ad revenue and that her viewership is down. It's not my fault. If I can be solely responsible for that, it'd be a miracle. It's really none of my doing at all. And I wish her the best in 2023. I hope she can find a way to recover her channel. Or even, as I've said many times, I hope she can just get back to work and get a job and take care of herself financially and she can prosper. I really do wish her well. So put your comments down below and I'll talk to you soon. Over and out.
Gonna figure out what we've done, what we need to do. Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you.